Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we will talk about scaling and shifting and how it affects the mean, median, mode, range, IQR and variance. So you might ask, why do we need to do scaling or shifting? So first let's talk about scaling. So let's say you have a data set and in that you have a lot of different features. So one feature could be age. We have seen that in our previous videos. And then there can be another feature which is height. So if we have these two features, age can range from let's say 1 to 100, maybe sometimes 105 or something, and height will range depending on what measure you're using. So let's say centimeter. So it can, let's say for an adult, it can range from 150 to 180, 90, somewhere close to that. So you see the scale is very different. It is ranging only from here 1 to 100 and it is ranging from 150 to 180. So when you are going to train your model, it will see bigger values. It might give it more importance. When it will see lesser values, it will give less importance to it. Some of the algorithms are definitely not too much prone to this problem, but then there are some algorithms which do consider these things. So what we do is we scale the data set. So we can use a lot of different scaling. One very popular one is min-max scaler. So that is something we can do. So everything will range from 0 to 1, all the features. So that is something to bring all the different features from different scale to one scale. So for that we can use scaling. So now let's talk about shifting. So why do we need shifting? So data sometimes is being collected on a very different times or time zones. So we want to make all the data to be in a similar time zone, so we can shift the data. We can also consider a business hours. So data is, let's say, collected at sometime in the morning, 8 a.m. in the morning, but then we want to shift it by an hour so that it will become in our business hours from 9 to 5. So we can add 1 to our data, so it will become more suitable for our business hours. So that's why we do shifting. So for shifting we do plus or minus. For our scaling we do multiplication or division. So these are the things we do. Now let's take an example and see how shifting and scaling affects our some important statistics. So here I have taken an example which is 2 3 4 8 3 and I've just sorted it, and after sorting it became 2 3 3 4 8. After that I have shifted it by 2, so I've just added 2 to these values and it became this, and I have scaled it by multiplying it by 2, and then this is the thing. So in our original data I have calculated mean. So mean is 4, median is 3, mode is 3, and our range is 6, interquartile range is 3.5, and variance is 5.5. So these are the values which we have got on our original data. Now in our scale data where I have multiplied it by 2, how is it affecting? So our mean is 8 now. So we have multiplied it by 2. So this is mean. Same goes for median and same goes for mode as well. For range, we can see that it was 6 and it is 12 now. So again, it has been multiplied by 2. So same for our range as well. And same for our interquartile range. For variance, you can see here, it is not multiplied by 2, but it is multiplied by 2 square. And it is quite intuitive, is because whenever we want to calculate our variance, we usually do our element minus our mean and we do square, right? And then we sum it up and we divide it by n minus 1 if it's a sample. So we do that. So here we have a square, so that's why it is being scaled by the factor into square. So if you have to generalize it, we can say lambda square, and lambda is our factor by which we are scaling our data. Now if we talk about shifting, for shifting I am adding 2 to our elements, and we can see here our mean is also being shifted by 2. It will make a lot more sense when I will show you a diagram. So we'll first go through this and we will again see the diagram and it will make more sense. And our median has also shifted by 2, mode shifted by 2. Our range has stayed same, which makes sense because you are adding same number to this value and same number to this value, and when you subtract these two, it will stay the same. So that is there. interquartile range is again same, and our variance is same. So these three terms tell us about the spread of the data. So if we're just shifting our data, the spread will stay the same. Now let me show you an example so that it will make more sense to you. So when we scaled our data, we multiplied them by 2. So you can see our data has become more spread, and previously it was much more concentrated. So that is why our variance has increased quite a lot. Our range has also increased, and our interquartile range has also increased. So that is for scaling. For shifting, we have just shifted our data from this point to this point. Orange one is our scaled one and blue is our original one. So you can see here our mean median mode has changed, but our range has been same, our variance has been same, and our interquartile range is also same. So by looking at these two images or these plots, I think it will make much more sense to you. Now let me take you to our notebook and show you how you can actually do these things. Now we'll see the effect of scaling and shifting on a real dataset. So again, I'm using PyDataset package, and from that package I will be using Boston dataset. But the way I generated those plot, for that you can see code here. I've just taken the same values as that was in the slide. I've multiplied it by 2 and I've just plotted their distribution. So you can see the same plots are here, and for shifting I have just added +2 to our data, and we have got our plot here. Now from Boston dataset I have taken age, so I have divided age by 10 and I have added 10 to our age. So I have just scaled my dataset here, and I have shifted my dataset or age here. In most cases we just don't do divide by 10 or something, we do min max scaling. So why I have done 10 here is just to show you an example, and it will be very easy to interpret. But in most of the cases, or whenever you want to perform any scaling on the dataset, you will most likely be doing min-max scaling. When once this whole series will finish, I think I will take a proper dataset and we will do some data analysis project, and we will try to find all these things. So in that I will show you min-max scaling and all those things, so it will be very helpful for you. For mode, I have just created a function. For interquartile range, I'm using a different method here. So in past video, I had told you there are different ways we can calculate interquartile range. So this is again a different way to do it, and I personally prefer this way to do it. The way or the method which I showed you in the past video was just something I tried. So we can see the statistics for our original data. So we have our mean as a 68.5, median as 77.5, variance is 790.7, range is 97.1, and interquartile range is 49.04. After scaling our data, you can see here that we divided our data set by 10. So our mean has also been divided by 10, median is divided by 10, variance is divided by 100, you can see the square of 10. Range is divided by 10, and interquartile range is divided by 10. For shifting, you can see that our interquartile range, variance and range has stayed the same, so there's not much difference to it. As for mean and median, you can see that it has added +10 to it. So you can see our data, or mean and median, has been shifted by 10. I haven't calculated mode here is because we usually calculate mode on categorical data. I have also told you this in previous videos. So that's there. So the task here is you have to shift and scale categorical variable and calculate mode for it. I have already given a function here, so you can just call this function and it will calculate mode for you. So that would be your task, and it will be very helpful for you to understand things on a categorical level as well. So yeah, this is it for this video. I hope you found it to be helpful. Hope to see you in the next one. Happy learning, and do subscribe to the channel. It really helps me and keeps me motivated to make such videos for you guys, and also give this video a thumbs up. So yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Happy learning.